It's your daily dose of Donna. Welcome to the show. Today is Wednesday, June 26th. We have a beautiful day here in Los Angeles. A lot of you guys in the comments already. Very, very nervous about the Karen Reed verdict. I'm seeing your comments. So, as you guys know, there is a very, very popular public trial, the Karen Reed trial. I don't cover it on my show. The reason is because I'm not a legal expert. There's so many people out there that do such a great job. And I don't want to get anything wrong until I feel like I really know a trial. So, I don't cover it on this show. But if you guys find a verdict while we're here live, you let me know because breaking news is always part of Daily Dose of Donna. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. Do you feel like she will be charged guilty or not guilty in the murder? I would love to know what you think. Reminder, a little homework for all of you guys today at 3 p.m. Pacific time. That's 6 p.m. Eastern time. We are doing our first members only live here on YouTube. That's if you've joined the channel. The link is below. And what I just realized is I can gift out. Try it. Let's see what happens. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but let's try. I've got a little bit of, okay, this is gifted 5. So you should be getting a notification in the live chat that says allow gifts. Oh, it tells me exactly who got it. Oh my gosh, congratulations, Simona, Dee Dee, Kathy, Darmood, Barbie, you guys got a membership. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And that will be for 1 month. And you can decide if you want to stick around. And if you guys want to be nice, you can also go out there and gift out some members. Hannah Banana, welcome. You're also a YouTube member. This is so exciting. I love having you guys part of my inner community, especially if you guys really love Daily Dose of Donna and everything. And this reminds me also, Zen Mom, shout out. You're a new member as well on your own. Thank you guys so much. So this was crazy this morning. And if you're listening to the podcast and you know who I'm, Victoria, this is for you. This is crazy. So this morning, I open my door. My dog runs out. Murphy. Of course, it's Murphy. Runs out because he sees another dog. And I go out there and I'm like, Murphy, Murphy, Murphy. And this woman is standing there and she looks up and she goes, Donna? And I go, yeah. And she goes, I listen to you. I'm a doser. She's a neighbor. She listens to me. And my dog ran out to say hi to her dog. How cute is that? I thought it was really fun to see you guys. I love seeing dosers in the wild. It's like, I saw you guys at Ralph's. I see you at the farmer's market. Now I see you in my neighborhood. Saw you at BravoCon, of course. Anyway, welcome to the show. We're going to talk about all kinds of things today. We have a lot of stories, so let's get into it. Let's have a fun hour or around approximate hour of gossip and all of the above on today's, say it with me, Daily Dose.
Can you imagine? Not feel the magic. Can you imagine? Not feel the magic.
Yay, it's a beautiful day in the Doserhood. That is so fun. Andrew wants to know, how do you give a membership to somebody? So there's this whole YouTube world that I don't know a lot about, but if you go into your settings, there should be a way that you allow gifts and you can purchase a gift. Like on the live chat, there should be a little dollar sign on the bottom. And if you click on that, then it will give you the option to gift a membership, buy a membership, or I don't know, do something else. Maybe save money, like invest in stocks. Okay, let's get into the stories. Number one, I know a lot of you guys are DMing me asking how it is to have Lance back. Yes, Lance has arrived. He's back in the home. He's actually at work already today, but it's always interesting. I mean, I'm happy to have him back. Trust me, I'm happy to have him back, but it's always interesting for those of you that have partners, spouses who or even just roommates, right, who travel a lot. 'Cause when they come back, you're like, "Wait, like, where's my kitchen? That's that's my couch. Like, what are you doing on my couch?" Does anyone else experience this? I did sleep through the night last night for the first time in a really long time, so I do think there's one wonderful thing about having your husband back in town is you can actually sleep at night, and not be scared that someone's gonna jump and, open your door and break in. So, thank you, Lance, for that. All right, you guys, let's get into the stories. The first story on everyone's mind today, or everyone in the housewives world, is the Kenya Moore story. So let's talk about this. Kenya Moore, that we're talking about season 16 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Kenya Moore is officially no longer going to be on the show. She is walking away. She's not returning. We have yet to figure out or understand exactly what is happening, but this is what we know. According to this is a page 6 article, Kenya Moore is not returning after her oral sex poster scandal, which is just crazy to say. It's just crazy to say an oral sex poster scandal. There's a lot of scandals out there. Who knew it was going to be like that one, right? Um, as you guys know, apparently, allegedly, she displayed posters of one of the new cast members, Brittany, uh, a picture of her performing oral. I have no idea. It sounds wild. I still don't understand. She, she has been on the show for over 11 seasons. And even though the door is still open, according to this insider, it was made clear that Kenya was not fired and nothing has been decided in terms of her future seasons on the network's end or Kenya's. But according to TMZ, Kenya might consider her legal options because she doesn't feel the network had her best interest at heart. They also claimed that Kenya Moore agreed with producers about taking a break from the show. Um, she tweeted something yesterday just saying, "Team Twirl forever. You're the best fans anyone could ever ask for." And even though she was indefinitely suspended, she came onto Instagram today and she wrote, let me just grab that so I can read it directly. Oh, let's do it here. We can that way you can see the caption on your own. She posted a little bit with her daughter and she wrote, I'll share it right now. She wrote, "Thank you for all the support, Team Twirl. My heart is full and my conscience is clean. So many false claims hiding behind anonymous sources. All this conversation and no facts being reported. If a claim or source was valid, would they need to hide? My life is blessed. Myself and my daughter will continue to thrive in a non-toxic environment where we feel appreciated and, most importantly, protected. Thank you, God, for covering us." And then she added some starred an addendum. "The rumors and narrative about me randomly showing nudes or revenge that's PORN, is 1000% untrue. I have proof and will share soon." So I would love to know, you guys, what do you think? Do you believe that she was fired? Do you believe that she chose not to come back? Something about it feels a little bit weird, right? Like, I don't look, I think that in general, these networks, these studios, especially after, what Bethenny created last season, I think people really need to figure out, what is going on there. They really need to figure out how, you know, how to maintain a safe work environment that they can't then get fired for later. Like, this is a really important thing, or sued for. I think that they have, like, they're crossing their T's and dotting their I's. You know what I mean? They have people on sets. They're making sure that all of their legal sides are being covered more now than ever. So I don't believe that this is coming out of nowhere. I would be really, really surprised if this had absolutely nothing to do with, um, like, reality. I think what she did was probably below the line and wrong. and they had to cover their ass by suspending her. I mean, they suspended Jen Aiden and Danielle Cabral after that fight. They're going to suspend Kenya for this. But the question is, was she actually fired or did she walk away? And either way, now that she's, announcing that she's going to consider legal action, it's done. It's done. And the truth is, they do not suspend people on these networks unless behavior is proven to be, wrong. I'm sorry. They just don't. They spent a lot of money on Kenya. They need Kenya. This is basically an entire new season. Sorry, not season, cast. They need her. And it would be insane for me to believe that Bravo or, the production company behind Real Housewives of Atlanta, I don't know which one that is because every show has their own people. Like Evolution is behind Beverly Hills and Vanderpump and a few other shows, OC. And then Truly and Original are behind Summer House and some other ones. So I don't know exactly who's behind Atlanta, but whoever it is, the production company in Bravo, they're just not willing to get rid of someone just like because something happened. Something happened. And yes, Valerie says it right. They Bravo seems to be in the hot seat and they're just not wanting to take chances legally. And it makes sense. It makes sense. So for me, I am sad, I guess, that she's gone, but I also just think Atlanta's over, you guys. I just don't see it. Like, unless you completely start a brand new cast, like it feels so, it's like trying to squeeze out the last amount of juice from something that is like dry. That's what it feels like. Endemol is the name of the production company. Thanks, Mark. We'll see what happens. Danielle says Kenya needs to play this very carefully or she will burn her Bravo bridges, but part of me feels like she is burning her Bravo bridges right now by posting like, I don't want to be in a toxic environment and the truth will come out and there's no truth to this and you'll see and whatever. So to me, it does feel a little strange. Now, yeah, Tony says, did you see Candy came out to support Kenya? And a lot of the cast came out to support Kenya. Mm, it's so tricky. I don't know. I mean, I don't know why or how or what's going on. I just don't believe that Bravo or these production companies suspend people for something that's not like in front of them. Something must have happened. They wouldn't do it for just fun. And if Candy came out to support Kenya, maybe it's because they have a really strong relationship and like she wants to have her friends back. But I don't know. I really don't know what the answer is, but I don't I don't foresee a Real Housewives of Atlanta season ahead of us, or a good one at least. I have no idea what's going to happen. And a lot of you guys agree that, Kenya lacks remorse. She doesn't know how to have remorse. That's very true. Candy's a hypocrite. A lot of you guys have those feelings. So I stopped watching Real Housewives of Atlanta as well a few seasons ago. I just couldn't do it. There's certain housewives that I just can't watch. Like I just can't, I don't know. They weren't like keeping me interested. That was Dubai and that was Atlanta. And Potomac this last season was a struggle, but I did it. I did it. Speaking of something else I did, we need to just mention Love Island. Last night's episode was a wowzers. If you guys notice, my eyelashes are really up. It's because I bought a kit off TikTok or maybe off Instagram, and it's like a lash perm situation. So I had the best evening ever. Lance was home, so he was downstairs. He was playing MLB The Show, Xbox with Oliver. They were having their best time. So I went upstairs in my bathroom, sat in front of my vanity, and I did a lash perm and watched Love Island. I was like, my life is I'm at a spa. It's so good, you guys. Please, please, please watch it. It's so good. That is the only thing that's keeping me going. It's the only thing that's keeping me afloat. I did watch Below Deck Med last night. I don't know what is going on with this cast, but I'm not invested whatsoever in the Below Deck Med cast. And we're already like 5 episodes in. And at this point, it feels like we should have a cast that is like we're interested in their hooking up and making out stories and like who's dating who and who's getting too drunk and who's saying that. And I'm just not really feeling it with this cast of Below Deck Med. And also, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say it, Captain Sandy drives me bonkers. Like her energy is not my energy whatsoever. Give me Captain Carrie, give me Captain Jason, give me Captain Jason. Where is Jason? Give me all of them, but don't give me Sandy. Can't handle it. I still will watch the show, every single episode. I'll never not watch Below Deck Med. And what's funny about this Below Deck Med is it's in Greece, and they're they're docked in Athens. And if you guys remember last summer, I went to Israel and Greece, and I had the best time in Greece. And so they're going to a lot of the same islands and spots that we went to, and it was just so fun to watch on the show. Greek islands are the absolute most beautiful places in the world. This is the best comment ever. Mark Ward, bless you for your commentary on the show. He said that Donna is taking Viagra. Mhm. I am. My eyelashes are so erect today. They are so on. They're turned on. Um, I'll let you guys know if I mean, I'll give you guys the product name. I don't have an affiliate code or anything, but I'll totally tell you guys if you want. We'll talk about it later on Members Only. Or I'll see if I like it after a couple days. Okay, let's move on and talk about some other things. Kelly Bensimone. And as sad as this is, we have to talk about Kelly Bensimone just because there's really not that much going else on. But this is an interesting story. Kelly Bensimone calls off her wedding just 4 days before her ceremony because of, it says she's getting cold feet, but we all know that that's not true. What actually happened is at first she said she was getting cold feet, but now it's saying that she says, I decided that my 2 daughters are my priority and I won't be moving forward with this wedding. And now we're finding out that the truth is he did not want to sign a prenup, her fiance, which to me, yes, it's a red flag if a man or a woman does not want to sign a prenup when the other person does. At this point, I feel like when you are an adult who has I mean, she's 50 years old probably, right? 56. You have 56 years behind you. You're a very successful real estate, I know she does real estate. She's an entrepreneur. She has money. And she figured out that, he refused a prenup. She says, I haven't come this far in business and life to start making poor decisions because of a man. He, of all people, should have understood the need to protect each other before we tied the knot. I'm truly shocked he refused a prenup. She has a reported net worth of $10 million. Littner, who was a wealth advisor, so to me, I have a feeling he also has a good amount of money. She said that Littner thought I would enter this union without legal protections in place, that I would leave everything to faith. But she's not an idiot. She knows. Obviously, she's very bummed about it. She's disappointed. She was looking forward to an exciting new chapter, but she said that, she had to make the right business decisions. And I have to say something. She's being really smart, which is it's a strange take on this, but Kelly Bensimone is doing honestly what she should. Like, honestly, if I was remarried, if Lance and I got remarried, or if I got remarried, Lance and I divorced and I had to go and find someone else and I found him, and even if he was like insanely wealthy and had everything behind him, I would sign a prenup at this point. I really would. Like, there's real estate, there's life, there's kids, there's families, there's you can't, especially when you've gone through divorce, especially when you see how easily marriages can fall apart, and just be pulled under you. Kelly's making the best business decision ever. And and also daughters, when she says, I'm protecting my daughters, I mean, this is really ultimately what it comes down to. She doesn't want all of her wealth to be taken away from this guy who could potentially pull away like so much of what she owns. I don't know the rules and the laws of marriage in New York City or in New York, but good for her. For real, good for her. And, I think to get a prenup when you're, 25 years old and you don't have any personal wealth, maybe you're just starting your life, your career, and to get a prenup, that feels a little bit maybe more, like, oh my God, he wants a prenup. He doesn't think we'll end up together. But when you're older and when you have wealth and wisdom and family to protect and everything, like it's actually not about whether or not the man loves you or she loves you. It's like making a smart investment on a real estate deal. It's about going and spending your money on the right purchases. Like you get a prenup. It's like actually the best way to go about it. So to me, it makes a whole lot of sense. Now, Tony says, I'd love to hear his side of the story. Why wouldn't he protect himself too? And that is a phenomenal question. This guy is a wealth advisor and he doesn't want to get a prenup. Let's do some deep diving on this Scott Littner, whatever his name is. Scott Littner. Okay. Littner net worth. That's what we're going to. Oh, it's the first thing people are searching. So Scott Littner works at Morgan Stanley in private wealth management. I'm definitely not going to go onto his LinkedIn, but interesting. I mean, who knows? Who knows like what these net worth things are, if they're real or anything, but something feels shady about this guy, right? Who is his, I want to know. It says Scott Littner ex-wife. Every article that comes up is about them today. So I'll do some research. If you guys want to find some stuff for me, you let me know. Interesting. Okay. It is a huge red flag. To me, it is. Okay, let's move on and let's talk about a Scary Island co-star of Kelly Bensimone, and that is Bethenny. You guys will not believe this. I woke up to this news because you guys sent me DMs. My dosers know what I'm interested in, and that's Bethenny. Um, excuse me, Bethenny Frankel has a new podcast. I'm laughing because I feel like this is like the 10th time I've reported on the story, but it's really a new podcast. And wouldn't you know, it's called Be Dating. Guys. And Mark again comes in with the kill, and he says her new podcast should be called Just Be Silent. That's the one I am awaiting. Just Be Dating. Now, I did the hard work and I listened to this podcast today. And let me tell you something. I will share with you. I'm about 75% through with it. The podcast is 20 minutes long. This is like Bethenny's thing. She loves to just throw up these random rants. It's a 20-minute episode, and the first 4 minutes are ads. And then there's ads halfway through. And there's going to be 4 minutes of ads at the end. So, like, I think it's a 10-minute episode. And what she is saying, Andrew, can we just be done? That's what her next podcast should be. It's a just be done. I'm going to play a little, but I'm not sure. I hope you guys can hear if I play it just onto the microphone because I don't want to have to like pull it up and everything here. I want to know if you guys can hear it. Hold on. Let's see.
Someone 85. I mean, there are many different layers to it. And I don't stutter or flinch when I think about how qualified I am to discuss what other people should do. Doesn't mean, and by the way, I do take my own advice. Not everybody wants to be married. Not everybody wants to be legally married. Not everybody wants to be in a relationship. And guess what? Society tells women in particular they talk down as if you're getting a cookie or getting a trophy like everybody else. Like, it's okay to be alone. They don't really mean that, because what society also says is, I'm married and you should want to be married too. And the people
I have to just play for you the very beginning when she talks about her experience in dating.
believe, because I've usually been with my gut, but
Hold on.
my urban cat amazing. So I've been doing some posts on relationships, dating. There's this thing where there's like, I need a guy in finance, 6'5", trust fund, blue eyes. That girl, that amazing. She marketed it, she capitalized it. It's now songs everywhere. But I really thought about who that guy is, because whether good or bad, I've dated every guy. And my issue has never been capturing men. I have mad game. And I'm not saying that in any sort of narcissistic
I have mad game, she just said. Hold on.
or conceited manner. It's just a fact. And I don't know if it's my life of navigating situations or being emotionally intelligent or inheriting it from my mother, because in my life, my problem has never been capturing men, intoxicating men, getting men. It's been
My problem has never been capturing men, intoxicating men, and getting men. And am I the only person that just imagines her with Paul in a dungeon? Like, Paul is in the attic, like Flowers in the attic. She's like, I've captured men. I love to capture men. Hold on.
wanting to be with the men or choosing the right men or not going with my gut. But I also have made so many mistakes. And truthfully, it's not that I don't even meet amazing men, because I do. And it's not that I don't meet amazing men that want to marry me and fall in love with me, because for the most part, I've never had a problem meeting men, because I've usually been the least interested party. But I definitely have a lot of wisdom to share on dating, because I don't have to want to be with the men. My biggest issue has been not wanting to be with the men. And believe me, I've been in therapy for years, but I don't get cheated on. I don't get left. I don't get broken up with. That's just not my area for whatever reason. So I am
RA says, I'd be willing to bet that she screams her own name out when she's having sex. just be in me. I can't just be in therapy. Michelle says. It's unreal. But what's crazy about this is, like, she's serious. Like, this is not a joke. She's not like, listen, I can't do this. Like, I'm a mess when it comes to dating. So I thought I was going to start a podcast to talk about dating. No, she's like, I'm amazing at dating. Actually, no, you're not. Like, right? She even just said, I'm amazing at getting the man. But getting the man is not dating. Getting the man is like, I mean, so many women can get a man. It's keeping the man that is the problem. So, like, who in the world, who, Andrew says she definitely talks during sex the whole entire time. She's sitting here talking. She's like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I just went to the Hamptons market and I got the most amazing tomatoes and I put some cottage cheese on it. Have you heard of cottage cheese? I created cottage cheese. And he's like, shut the F up. And that's how I lost my first boyfriend. I talked him away. It's like, she's missing the beat. Let me pray and tell you guys something. Jennifer says, I am 40 and single and I love my life. And I sit here and listen to all these people who are so miserable. Jennifer, love your life. Please, if you are happily single, live single. My friend, one of my best friends is happily a single mom. She is so happy not being in a relationship because she doesn't want to be in a relationship just to be in a relationship. I think it's fantastic. But let me just pray that you will never, ever take dating advice from Bethenny. The reason why Bethenny gets the men is she probably, my guess, and tell me if I'm nuts, but my guess is that she probably plays some sort of like a little bit of like role playing, acting, maybe at the very beginning of a relationship. Do you guys get that feeling? I mean, I watched, I'm recapping Bethenny Ever After. I just released an episode yesterday on Patreon, episodes 8 through 11 of season 2. And like, you can tell when you watch the first season of when she starts dating Jason Hoppy, and then they're preparing for their wedding and stuff. her relationship with him, her energy is so different than what it is when you know Bethenny. So, like, my guess is that she probably is a little bit of a chameleon at the beginning of the relationship. She's like the person that pretends to love sports or love a specific kind of way of life, maybe love to meditate or love to, love whiskey or whatever it is, depending on the man she's with. And then all of a sudden the real relationship comes out. But what's unreal is that she oh my god, I don't know how to handle it, Andrew. I don't know how to handle his I have to share this, except you spelled vibrator wrong. You guys, I hope your kids are not in here. Andrew says instead of a vibrator, she has canned crab, sriracha, and bell peppers in her nightstand and cottage cheese. Oh my god, and a picture of her. Bethenny for sure, like, gets off to her own face, like a mirror. And TJ Maxx. Oh my gosh, that's so good. Oh, you guys, this is why I love my dosers. You're my everything here. Okay, so Bethenny is releasing a dating podcast. I will pay for this. One of you who is single, I will pay you to follow Bethenny's advice. Dating. We will talk about it once a week. Every time she releases an episode, you'll listen to it. You'll follow the advice. If you find the man of your dreams, if you find the person that you have been, or like woman of your dreams, I don't know. I don't know if Bethenny can help people that are not in hetero relationships. Is Bethenny also the queen of dating lesbians and gay men? Because, like, I'm curious. If someone wants to do this, like, Michelle says, I will leave my family for the sake of research. Okay, you guys, I need to know if Bethenny actually gives good advice, because if we get a wedding out of Bethenny's just be dating advice, 5-star review. 5-star review. Immediately 5-star review. I need to know it all. Oh my gosh, this is so good. I didn't even finish the episode because I just heard she is the Charlie Brown teacher. Wah, 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 wah. You remember that? Oh, that was a good laugh. I freaking love it. We'll never stop talking Bethenny. She is the queen of content for my show. Like, this should be called, Daily Dose of Bethenny and Donna. It would be so fun. Okay, the comments are just killer today. They're so good. Did you guys see this article about Matthew Perry? And this is actually, like, talk about, change of tune here, but this is kind of sad. Matthew Perry from Friends, obviously the actor, he died, we thought, just like of a heart attack in a jacuzzi, but now they're saying there's ketamine overdose, etc. And I listened to Matthew Perry's book, after he died, and I felt so sad listening to it. His story is really a tragic one, but this is a really interesting twist and turn. Charlie Sheen's ex, Brooke Mueller. Okay. Charlie Sheen has kids with Brooke Mueller. So if you remember her, she is a woman who has been in and out of rehabs, and Matthew Perry and Brooke met in rehab and hit it off. I don't know if they were dating or if they were just friends, but apparently Charlie Sheen's former wife, Brooke Mueller, has been interviewed multiple times by the LAPD in relation to Matthew Perry's death because they bonded during stays in rehab. She was never arrested or handcuffed. Scary regarding the inquiries, but she's been cooperating with criminal investigation. She's hired lawyers and has had multiple meetings with law enforcement since they arrived at her sober living house with a search warrant. She's being tight-lipped about the situation. The separate report is that it said that investigators could charge multiple people in relation to the actor's death. It's tough to say or know exactly what her role is in Matthew's death, but she's adamant that she had nothing to do with it. Now, Brooke Mueller has also had various issues with substance abuse over the years. she first went to rehab in July 2011. Then 2 years later, her children were removed from her home because of suspected drug use. I've heard crazy, crazy, crazy stories about this woman and her life. But she was last in rehab publicly in 2019. Now, his autopsy, Matthew Perry, when he died, his autopsy attributed his death to the acute effects of ketamine. The amount of ketamine in his blood was in the range used for general anesthesia during surgery. It was listed as the primary cause of death. I guess he was undergoing ketamine infusion surgery, which, if you guys watch Real Housewives of Miami, so was Adriana. What's her name? Adriana, right? Now I can't remember her name. What's her name? The one that did a performance, put on the thing and read a poem about housewives. It's not Alexia. Adriana? Someone help me here. Anyway, he was doing this because it has seen a huge surge. Adriana, good. It has seen a huge surge in use in recent years as a treatment for depression, anxiety, and pain. But isn't this crazy? According to this report, investigators have seized a laptop and an iPhone from Mueller. What could this possibly be? Do you think that there's a chance that she got him addicted, drugged him? It's crazy. I guess there's an ongoing investigation into where he got the ketamine. So I don't know. Is ketamine illegal? Even though they're using it openly for anxiety and pain management and it was on Real Housewives? I don't really know. They're talking to key people in Hollywood who are known to have a history of drug use or abuse. You guys, it's so crazy. I'll just tell you, Ashton Kutcher needs to be worried because all roads lead to Ashton. Don't you guys believe that Ashton Kutcher probably has his hands on everything? I talked about that yesterday, and I really do believe it. I feel pretty strongly about it. Just, this is alleged. This is alleged. Definitely not actually anything, but it's a pretty crazy story. And poor Matthew Perry. What a sad, sad life, right? Okay, you guys. Well, listen, tonight's Wednesday, which means we don't have a Love Island. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't even want to talk about it. What are we going to talk about tomorrow? We're just going to sit here and stare at each other. We're going to do a deep dive on Bethenny's podcast. I'm sure something else will happen. For example, Melania Giudici graduated high school. That's exciting, right? I mean, there's always going to be a little story. I appreciate you guys being here. We're going to meet here in just a few hours for the members only Daily Dose of Donna, first edition. Mark says the new episodes of The Bear drops tonight. I thought tomorrow, the 27th. Am I wrong? I am so excited for that. This was so much fun today. I love having you guys be part of my daily happiness. And we'll get into more tomorrow. Thank you guys so much. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.